A state trooper is dead after she was hit during a traffic stop. 34-year-old Brooke Jones Story had been with the department for 12 years. This happened yesterday afternoon near Freeport in Stephenson County. Police say Trooper Jones Story was inspecting a truck when a semi hit her squad and the truck she was investigating. Both trucks caught fire. State police say she is the 15th trooper to be hit this year because of a violation of Scott's Law. She's the second trooper to die. Jones Story's colleagues are, quote, sad, hurting, and angry about all of this.
These troopers are just doing their job, trying to protect everyone. How many times does this have to happen? How many more have to be hurt or killed? When is enough enough? When are more people going to start giving a damn and just doing the right thing?
Police say the driver of the truck that hit Jones Story is being ticketed for a violation of Scott's Law and improper lane usage. They are still investigating, but they say nobody else was hurt.
Your bus stop forecast this morning brings maybe a little rain out there, a lot of clouds, a little more of this muggy kind of dampness in the air too. So a little sticky, but not going to be too sticky because we are still more into the mid-50s, so it's not going to be too bad there. But cloudy skies for sure, some light showers possible even as the kids are making their way from school back to home, and they're going to be dealing probably with a lot more of that rain if they have any after-school activities, because that looks to really be the time where we have the rain pick up heading into the late evening and on into the first part of tonight. Roofing Dog, iNet, Flooring America, Skycam, looking really hazy and kind of nasty looking out there. Most of the rain is still off to our east, but we do have those light drops that are currently falling across some parts of central Illinois. The next wave of deeper moisture doesn't really arrive until we head later on into the evening. And for tonight, that looks to pick up around 5, 6 p.m. and then really start to come in as we head into 7 and 8 p.m. Some heavier downpours, lightning and thunder definitely going to be possible with that too. No severe weather expected. Highs reaching the upper 50s and the lower 60s. All right, around 58 in Springfield, 63 in Effingham, closer to 57 in Champaign. We're going to cool down quite a bit over the weekend. I'll show you that coming up here, 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Christy?
Thanks, Adam. After a woman was shot while driving on the road, her friends are putting together a fundraiser to help her while she heals. In January, Kelsey Dudley was driving through Georgetown with her 3 kids when she was shot. She wasn't the intended target that day. The accused shooter, Rod Al-Ruwaili, is facing several charges, but he fled the country to Saudi Arabia and hasn't been arrested. Dudley was on life support for the first 5 days after this happened, has had 3 surgeries since, and is learning to walk again. She hasn't been able to work, so all of the medical bills and life expenses are adding up to thousands of dollars. Her friends set up a benefit event to help raise money for her family.
She has been so strong. She has been so strong. Her mom says I am so proud of her because she knows that she has to get better for her kids. It has been a real trial. She is a single mother of 3. She was just an innocent person going down the street.
The fundraiser will be on Sunday, April 28th at the Westville American Legion. It starts at 2 o'clock. There will be a live auction, bake sale, and food for sale as well. As for the man accused of the crime, Rod Al-Ruwaili is charged with aggravated battery and discharge of a firearm and possession of a weapon without a FOID card. His bond is set at $10 million. New this morning, a Decatur man was arrested this week after he was found with more than 15 grams of marijuana. Our media partners at the Herald and Review say police pulled him over Wednesday night in the 1300 block of North Illinois Street. Police say when they pulled him over, they found the drug prepackaged in pieces of a torn-up grocery bag. The man told officers the drugs were for himself, but an officer said that was more than a normal user amount. He's now in jail and faces charges of manufacture, delivery, and possession of marijuana. One family is trying to make sure no one has to go through what they did when their daughter died 2 years ago. The Ferris family lost their daughter, Sierra Jade, after a shooting. She became addicted to opioids, which she used to treat her pain. It led her to the streets, and her parents say she got mixed in with the wrong crowd. After she was killed in 2016, her parents decided to try to educate people on the benefits of medical marijuana, which they say would have been a viable option to treat their daughter.
We do have an opioid program for medical cannabis in Illinois now, and that's great. But getting it where rehab facilities are on board
And
to use
doctors
that as a
know.
therapy, and to educate the doctors on how it works, because they don't understand. They don't have time to mess with it.
The Ferrises launched Jade Leaf last year to educate people about medical marijuana. They will be holding an informational seminar in Charleston next month. That will be on April 20th from 3 until 5 at Jackson Avenue Coffee. New this morning, people in Danville are celebrating a man that's been serving their community for nearly 50 years. Larry Thomason started his law enforcement career as a cadet on the Danville Police Force in 1970. And today he is retiring from that position of Director of Public Safety. There will be a reception today at 3 o'clock to celebrate Thomason's time with the city. It will be in the City Council chambers at the Municipal Building. With Thomason on the way out, city leaders in Danville have appointed an interim public safety director. Commander Christopher Yates will fill his shoes starting tomorrow. He'll fill in as interim public safety director for 2 months. The police and fire board unanimously appointed him yesterday. The mayor says Yates has more than 20 years of experience. Well, that will wrap up the morning show on WCIA3, but coming up when we make the switch to WCIX for the 7 and 8 o'clock hours of the morning show, a remake of an animated classic and a Netflix premiere are available for viewing this week. Film critics Chuck and Pam are stopping by to review Dumbo and The Highwaymen in Friday Flicks. But before we get to all that on WCIX, let's get a check of our 7-day forecast with Adam.
Very cloudy and gloomy, somewhat foggy also this morning. A lot of the heavy rain not around until later this evening and heading on into the night. We'll top off at 50 tomorrow. That cooler weather continues on into Sunday with your high at 42. Then those numbers start to bounce back up heading on into next week as we get back up to around 58 by next Wednesday and 64 by next Thursday.